Here's the top stories for September 21st. Protest actions begin at the EDSA People Power monument, while protesters converge in Luneta. President Marcos is ready to face claims of anomalous projects in Ilocos, according to the palace. Palace says President Marcos is monitoring nationwide protests and urges the public to keep actions peaceful. Senate President Vicente Sotto III says, bigger flood control corruption schemes started under the Duterte administration. The probe shows. Nando has intensified into a super typhoon, and signal number 5 may be raised, according to PAGASA. Most participants in the anti-corruption rally at Luneta Park on Sunday, September 21st, opted to conceal their identities, wearing masks, bandanas, jackets, and sunglasses as they marched toward the historic site. Authorities noted that a significant portion of the crowd took extra measures to hide their faces, a move widely described as a no-face, no-case approach, aimed at expressing dissent while minimizing the risk of identification and potential repercussions. The Manila Police District confirmed that while the majority of demonstrators respected the general order and remained peaceful, the use of face coverings made monitoring crowd behavior more challenging. Demonstrators in Rizal Park in Luneta and in other areas in Manila continued to swell to around 50,000 on Sunday, September 21st, in protest of alleged corruption in government infrastructure projects. Aside from the protest in Rizal Park, various groups gathered on Sunday, September 21st, to protest against corruption at the EDSA People Power monument in White Plains, Quezon City. The program began with opening statements from Representative Kakabag Ao and youth leader Elijah Canlas. Malacanang said President Marcos is ready to face allegations linking Ilocos Norte projects to the embattled Discaya contractor couple, assuring the public there will be no cover-up in the ongoing flood control probe. Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro said this after former Ilocos Sur Governor Luis Chavit Singson claimed that there were also questionable Discaya projects in the president's home province of Ilocos Norte, raising questions about the administration's anti-corruption push. In an interview with ABS-CBN News, Castro said the president created the Independent Commission for Infrastructure precisely to handle such claims. Castro noted that the palace itself had previously flagged the Discaya's involvement in problematic projects, including one in Intramuros that caught the attention of First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos. Castro emphasized that President Marcos is prepared to respond to any issues raised, provided these are backed by proof. President Marcos is closely monitoring the ongoing protests across the country, Malacanang said Sunday, September 21st, as it assured the public that their right to freely express dismay over corruption will not be curtailed. In an interview with GMA Integrated News, Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro said the president is on top of the situation. Castro assured the public that Marcos respects human rights, but appealed for sobriety as they aired their grievances. This appeal extends to groups planning to insert their political agenda into the rallies, saying they could dilute the people's legitimate call to end corruption. Meanwhile, Castro hoped that government officials joining the protests would not go against the government. Senate President Vicente Tito Sotto III on Saturday, September 20th, said that the ongoing revelations in the flood control corruption probe point to even larger anomalies that took place 2016 to 2022 under the Duterte administration. In a radio interview over at Usapang Senado on DWIZ, Sotto explained that while the scandal was uncovered under the Marcos administration, the investigation showed that the bigger schemes were already entrenched from 2016 to 2022. When asked if those embroiled in corruption allegations profited more during this time, Sotto said, "Correct." Sotto admitted that political exploitation of the issue was inevitable, especially from those critical of the administration, but expressed confidence that Filipinos can see the larger picture. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration said Typhoon Nando intensified into a super typhoon at 8 a.m. on Sunday, September 21st. Nando is now packing maximum sustained winds of 185 kilometers per hour near the center and gusts reaching up to 230 kilometers per hour, while the highest tropical cyclone wind signal currently raised is number 2. PAGASA said it is not ruling out the possibility of hoisting signal number 5, as Nando could strengthen further before approaching extreme northern Luzon. As of 11 a.m., areas under signal number 2 are Batanes, Cagayan including Babuyan Islands, the northern and eastern portions of Isabela, Apayao, the eastern portion of Kalinga, and the northern portion of Ilocos Norte. Signal number 1 remains hoisted over the rest of Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, the rest of Kalinga, Abra, Mountain Province, Ifugao, Benguet, the rest of Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, Pangasinan, the northern portion of Zambales, the northern and central portions of Nueva Ecija, the northern and central portions of Tarlac, and Aurora. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media. Thanks for tuning in to the Manila Bulletin Daily Rundown.